Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that enjoys the cold and snowy weather we've been experiencing. These conditions have had the greatest toll on farmers who are not even close to being done harvest. I speak to one farmer just outside of Edmonton who says this year could be one of the worst for his crops.
Still 50% of our crop out there. That's a massive hit.
It's been a challenging fall for Corey Jesperson. He grows corn, potatoes, wheat and canola, but because of a snowy September and October, he's far from finishing harvesting his crops.
For me personally, this has probably been the worst harvest that we've had, the most challenging one. We just, you can't get going for too long with the weather and before it changes on you. And we just haven't had a consistent, couple of weeks to go.
Corey is not the only grower in central Alberta who's had a difficult harvest.
Oh, it's a very stressful and more frustrating time.
Agronomist Roger Barron says several farmers have been struggling. On average, he estimates that most have 60% left to harvest.
Which is a pretty big hit. Today's costs of farming, there's not a lot of money left, over, so the guys will be strapped pretty hard.
This is the grain drying system that we have.
Because of the weather conditions, Corey's grain has been moist, so he's had to manually dry it. He says the price of natural gas to run this machine is reasonable, but the carbon tax he has to pay on it is actually higher than the gas itself, which he says just adds to his stresses and expenses. But even though times are tough right now, Corey remains optimistic he'll complete his harvest.
When you do succeed, it feels really good, because you know how failure feels, because you're experiencing that fairly regularly. But there's no quitters out here. We'll get her done.
From Spruce Grove, Sarolta Saskiw, City News.